Hello everyone and welcome back to PathtoNowhere with Alzroy Galcon. And in this episode, I'm still trying to find Suspect R, and apparently she is in this building called SALVA building, where someone called Dr. Iron is in, and that's the best lead that we got at the moment. So we are currently head towards there, alongside our informant called Ted.
Seems like we got here too late. Are those gangsters attacking the hospital your men?
No, they're fighters from the Gonzalez family. Looks like they heard the news too. They've come to rob the place. But how are they so powerful? Could it be that?
These gangsters look odd. They've been severely infested by mania now.
Those idiots are too impatient.
Oh, hey, it's Ted! Our little Teddy is here! What a pity! You came here too late. Kill him! Kill him! Kill him! Salva is ours! It's ours!
Oh dear. You haven't even taken down Salva yet, and you're already fighting amongst yourselves. You gangsters will always be crappy. Chief, stand behind me. Let me show you how to teach them a lesson.
Right, so apparently in this stage we have two tiles that can buff our attacks, and judging by the looks of it, it looks like either arcane sinners and radical sinners are going to take this advantage quite a lot. So as usual, I'm going to put AMP and Hekache on those two tiles that should provide both of them with attack buffs. And apparently in this stage as well, there is only two places where the enemy spawns, so I'm just going to put KK right in front where the enemy spawns. And I think another Endura class Sinners will be sufficing as well. But first we are putting Wendy just one tile before the enemy spawn, and that's because I'm going to put Peggy there because she's also Endura class, and like Fury and Endura in position like that should be quite unstoppable, and especially it's being supported by those Hekache or EMP or other sinners with the same class as well. So yeah, what's our objective? So we just defeat all enemies and lose 0 sun in these battles, and because we only have like enemies at level 1, this should be quite easy. Speaking of which, I want to say something that is not related to this battle, which occurs automatically. I'm just going to watch until the Sinner's energy goes full, and then I will activate the ability if it's necessary. So when I started playing this event way back in December of last year, there was an event called Dreamy Bubble event that was the second event that was introduced into this game. This is where you get Serpent. This is a character that I highly do recommend that you get as a new player, because she's the only Umbra class Sinner that has magic damage instead of physical damage like every other Umbra class Sinner in the game. And what I heard from China, AISNO is going to do a rerun of this event. And while I do have some recordings of this event, because of that news, I'm going to not put any content related to it until that event is in the game, at least in the international version, because that's the version what I'm playing right now. Anyway, that was a easy fight actually. No sinners were dead, and no sun was lost, because there is an enemy that somehow managed to pass through our defenses. And now let's move on into the next mission. I forget what the name is called, but this is the mission where you get a character called Labyrinth. And Labyrinth is an Umbra class Sinner, just like Serpent also. But unlike Serpent, Labyrinth is a B class Sinner. That's like the lowest class in the game. And she also deals her damage as physical damage like every other Umbra class Sinner in the game. However, do not judge its book by its cover, because Labyrinth is one of those units that I really do recommend leveling her up, because by using her right in like places where there is a lot of enemies that has lots of cores to break, she's like one of the best in the business. It looks like the enemy has catch up to us. So this mission is also a tutorial that shows you the icon of elite enemies who has cores. So as you can see, there's a brand new icon. It's like in the shape of an eye, and that is the sign of elite enemies. And the number on the right of it is basically telling you there are going to be 3 elite enemies that will appear on this stage, and also other subsequent stages where elite enemies are going to appear as well. You know, it still has that eye icon, and you can also tell if the enemy is an elite class enemy by the game telling you about it. And also, if there is a boss fight, then you can notice that's the elite enemy if the game mentions about cores that needs to be broken. And also, you can tell if your character, or Sinners in this case, has the capability to break cores. You can notice it if the icon of the class is at the red. Like EMP, you notice that her archer icon is at a red, or at least have the shade of red. That basically means that she can break cores. And not only she can break cores in this particular stage, Labyrinth is also a core breaking sinner, and this is why she's like very good at this game. And also, if you notice, as Wendy, you can take a look at her sword icon, and that is all white. That meant the character cannot break cores. And when the time I record this video, there are no Endurer class sinner that can break cores. And it wasn't until Awu came a couple of months later that this trend is finally broken. Also, honorable mention goes to She and Bai, because those two is incredibly good. I mean, She right here is one of the best core breaking sinner in the game, even though this guy is a B class sinner, and also Bai as well. Although Bai is actually pretty difficult to be used, at least for new players like me at that time. Anyway, I'm going to cut this video until the battle itself starts. Right, another thing that is completely different, and it will come as a shock for players who play this game for the very first time but they played ARK-Knights for a long time is that there is no turning around button, which is like in ARK-Knights when the enemy attacks, let's say, from behind. And that's because characters in PathtoNowhere automatically attack the enemy if in case the enemy spawn behind them, but they can only attack one tile behind them, so they can't maintain the same distance. And that applies to all of the class. That also includes the arcane class and the reticle class. So it's very important for you as a player who want to put reticle or arcane class sinners in the battlefield, that you need to put them either in an isolated position where the enemy cannot attack, or like behind the other sinners who are like Fury or like Endura class, that sort of thing. So if you come across this situation where there is an enemy that tries to approach your character, just use the Fury Sinner to block them. And don't do it like me. I told EMP to cover in front of the chief, and luckily, if you pay attention, EMP actually won this fight, believe it or not, but she took a lot of unnecessary damage. And number 2, what you shouldn't do is putting an Endura class sinner in the spot where the enemy cannot attack them, because the whole idea of Endura class, like KK here, is to block the enemy. Currently I'm using Labyrinth to block the enemy, so that is why Labyrinth takes so much unnecessary damage. Other than that, in this battle there is nothing that I could say any further actually. That's the only 2 things that I want to mention about. And yeah, also we forgot to break the course finally, and the reason why that is important is going to be shown, I think, a bit later. Anyway, if you like this kind of content, then be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to ring the bell so you won't miss out anything that I put on this channel. Everything is free, you don't need to pay, and by subscribing you make this channel grow and flourish even more, which makes me happy so I can create more contents for you to watch. Right, finally mission completed, and we got Labyrinth as a result. And yeah, as I said, Labyrinth is like one of the best B-class sinners in this game. And also the mission apparently is called Broken Puppet, and that's the one thing that I truly remember was the name of the mission that you got in order to get Labyrinth. Anyway, it's time to move on into the final mission that we are conducting in this video, which is the Battle of SALVA. Righty then, the Battle of SALVA. I think this is the second to last mission in this chapter, and judging by the looks of how many enemies that we are going to face and also how many types of enemy, I can safely say this is going to be the fight before the actual boss fight.
You dare to rob us? Die! Die! Die!
Stop! I defeated them! Who gave you permission to beat them up? Get off! Where did they get their strength from? Can't even pull them away!
They are out of control and got mania. Did they get affected because they're near SALVA?
No, we can't miss this chance. Salva is only guarded by some armed doctors. We won't be able to take down this place when the woman comes back. My men may be infected with mania, but they also gained power. See? They kill Gonzalez with their bare hands.
What? If you care about your men, stop letting them take any more risks.
I can't stop here after fighting for this long and losing so many men. This is my last chance. My men have become stronger, and they're still standing in the fight. We are so close.
Stupid gangsters. You dare to attack Salva? You must have lost your minds. Dr. Iron will treat you guys. Let's sterilize before she comes back.
Wait a minute, why we are fighting Gonzalez family yet again? Didn't the game stated in the cutscene just before we entered this battle screen that we and Ted's men beat them up so badly? Anyway, two isolated places where the archer and the arcane sinners can take advantage of, so I just put Hekache and EMP there. And judging by the tracks of where the enemy will go towards me, that's the character chief on the leftmost side, and judging by the path of these enemies, it seems like the enemy will group up at a certain tile. So at that point, I'm just going to put an Endora class sinner right there and just hold them off. And if you didn't know the icon of what characters do, you can tap the icon itself and show you the class of the sinners and what they're excels at. So for example, Tetra and Sumire both are an Umbra class sinner, and the same thing goes as Bijin. I have no idea how to pronounce her name. Also, one thing that actually shocks me right at this moment when I played this game, at this particular moment, I just realized that you cannot level up the character's skill ability. I eventually found out that you can actually level up the sinner's skill ability, but that requires me to level up that particular sinner all the way to level 20. Anyway, I'm just going to set up where my character places will be, and I'll just cut this part and then the battle shall begin. So the battle starts, and I didn't notice it at the time that I actually got 3 Endura class sinners. So I got Peggy, KK and Demolia. I didn't notice that I have Demolia at that point, so that's why I didn't manage to find a way to block the enemy if the enemy spawns right at the top north. So currently the only character that can block their path is Sumire, and Sumire is an Umbra class sinner, so that's a place where you do not want to put an Umbra class sinner. So what I should have done is put Wendy at the top there, just in front of where the enemy from the north spawn. You know, it's amazing that I record this video while I watch this particular video, obviously, and I watched this and I was like, there's so many things that I can do a lot better once you get good at the game. And do you ever experience that moment where you think to yourself, I did my best, and when you are like experienced enough to look at the replay itself, and then you notice that there's so many mistakes that you do along the way? Yeah, I'm having that moment right now. And also at the time, I have no idea you can do something called animation switching. So essentially you switch one character with another character from a different tile. That's something that I didn't know that I could do in this game. So that's why I put Wendy on that particular place until the very end of this battle. And KK as well too.
If it weren't for these sinners. Ted, how dare you let your men get infected with mania? Do you have any idea what the consequences are?
Who are you to talk when you've defected to a sinner? I'm tired of you guys having your way. I'll do anything to get those monsters out and bring the old syndicate back. Let's go, Chief. Let's go find that R.
How dare you say that? Brand and Laura, our field team, never came back after they went out for a rescue. What happened?
Please, Laura is still young. She is in so much pain. Please.
Dr. Brand went to save lives. The lives of you all who are besieging Salva and killing each other. The man always carries out surgery with precise timing, yet he didn't come back on time. What did you do to him?
What are you zoning out for? They're our enemy, Chief. Don't forget which side you're on.
Chief, behind you.
Mission accomplished.
Well, that can't be good, considering the fact that Dr. Brand is still alive, apparently. And I think that he is going to be the final boss for this capture. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'm also Galcon, signing it off, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care and bye bye.